Peace, beloveds. Peace, peace, peace. We back up in this thing, man. We have an important conversation for you today. So settle in, adjust the volume, get you some water, some beet juice. You know what I'm saying? Stay hydrated, beloveds. Let the digital dust clear for a second, man. Today, beloveds, we are climbing to a higher vantage point on healthcare's future. We're talking about bias and AI when it comes to healthcare. So when you talk about AI, beloved, it's like a lot of people they get spooked out, man. They start saying that AI is the devil and it's no good and it's gonna, crush humanity. They start thinking about iRobot and listen, man. If you have a smartphone, you've been using AI. So if you use Siri, like and you ask Siri a question, think about this. Siri has been trained on a bunch of data sets in order to give you the proper response. So when you ask her a question, you don't feel like you're getting the wrong response. There's no different from AI, beloved, like any other AI that we've been using through our history, right? Chat GPT, Claude, whatever. Even your GPS, like the map on your phone, like that's AI, that's artificial intelligence, right? But in healthcare, AI is flooding medicine, beloveds. So it's doing everything from predicting heart attacks, flagging tumors, even scheduling your prescription. But, but, algorithms, beloved, those algorithms inherit the bias of their data. So here's the thing: like most medical AIs, like they're trained on like historic data sets, just like Siri is, right? So those historic data sets, like they underrepresent women, black folks, senior citizens, older adults, and just basically anyone that kind of fits outside of like this like narrow like clinical demographic that people that put together 50, 60, 100 years ago, right? So when you feed like biased data into like powerful models, powerful large language models, you don't just get, neutral answers. Like you get, automated inequity at scale, right? Because it's misreading everything, right? So, you have heart failure algorithms that prioritize men over women. And then also like you get these diagnostic chatbots that dismiss women's pain as anxiety or just high levels of stress. So, why should you care, beloveds? It's a good question. A lot of people think this won't affect them, but because as AI continues to advance, right, and it takes that advancement from you just using it at your job to get through your day to day or helping you with your business or whatever, and advancing from that into like a first line responder or a doctor, so to speak, right? Like those like unequal like data sets will write unequal outcomes as well, like faster than you could ever imagine, beloveds. So you'll be offered like the wrong drug, you'll be misdiagnosed or misgraded for things that shouldn't happen. You could possibly just be overlooked for early intervention when it comes to trying to predict what's going on within your body for diseases and things like that. So this is why excuse me, this is why I built my app, everybody, because this is a powerful tool to counteract that, beloved, to counter measure that, right? So we pattern match like your daily inputs, everything from like your sleep rhythm, your stress load, your eating window, how well you moving. Are you moving your ass? Motion is the message, beloved. We combine all of that into epigenetic trends. So without leaning on any type of demographic shortcuts or like your race, like none of that matters, beloved. It's about your pattern and what you do, right? And your data stays your data. Like we don't, outsource, we don't do any of that. Like the app adapts to you. So it's not the other way around. So today I want to like really, get into the weeds of how, owning your biology protects you from the bias that's baked in to AI healthcare because, like I said, beloveds, you can get mad, you can, frown your nose up, whatever you want to do. Like it's here to stay, beloveds. So I just want to make this like plain and clear. Like healthcare AIs, like they even get trained on like insurance claims, right? So like that data is rooted in who can afford care, like how much your premium is, like who needs care, stuff like that. So if you have like communities of like black folks and Spanish folks and things like that, who, sometimes they may avoid, going to the doctor or going to the emergency room or whatever, to not have to pay those bills because I didn't even realize how much it costs to call an ambulance and get transported to an emergency room. Like that shit is expensive, beloved. And so the algorithm picks that up. So the algorithm learns that we're like low risk, and they start to like allocate fewer resources to certain demographics. Like I'm telling you, beloved, it's like this stuff is happening and it's been happening for quite some time. This is I would almost liken this to like digital redlining almost, right? But just in a medical space. And then also like you have like, when it comes to certain cases like dermatology. So when it comes to spotting, things like melanoma, like most training images are of white folks or lighter skin, should I say, right? So that model, like it hits maybe like 90-95% accuracy unless you got some melanin in your blood, beloveds. And then the accuracy just, it plummets, like it goes out the window. So imagine relying on that type of scan for like early cancer detection, right? Like the machine itself isn't malicious, it's just blind to the fact of there are other people outside of that small like little data set that they've been trained on. And like the AI hasn't been taught like for humanity. So they only go off of what they know. And so once again, beloveds, like with our app, everybody, like we are flipping the script. Like we focus on patterns and not profiles, right? So we don't ask for race or income, zip code, like none of that shit matters, beloved, when it comes to making you feel your best and creating a lifespan that extends. Like none of that matters, beloved. Like we focus on things that you can easily track to see what's going on with your body and how you can get better. So we track things like, how your cortisol reacts to like doom scrolling at 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. at night, right? How your sleep is, how important your REM sleep is important to predicting like insulin sensitivity, like things like that really creep up on us. You know what I'm saying? So with our app, beloved, it's not more so about it's not more so about tracking, right? Like we want to create like some narrative behind that, right? So if you see that, damn, well, I haven't been sleeping that well, or I haven't been sleeping enough, and you realize you go back into the app and you realize, damn, like it says, well, if I keep going at this route, like, my insulin sensitivity is gonna, spike up. And you know what happens when insulin sensitivity spikes up? That leads to a host of metabolic issues, right? So our app is not just about like just showing you charts and showing you graphs. Like there's narrative behind that, beloveds. Like that's what it is. Like the algorithm learns you, then it adjusts and gives you recommendations like in real time, so you can make those pivots instead of waiting until things get too late. Like that's what it's about, beloveds. Like pattern recognition, understanding what's going on with your body so you can make the changes right then and there. So for me, like this just isn't like convenient tech. Like this is proactive, beloveds. This is like you're basically protecting your lifespan, so to speak. You're protecting your lifespan, beloveds, which is vital because after all, we're not trying to leave here any sooner than we have to, beloveds. Like keep me on here so I can see everything. Like I'm trying to see everything. I ain't trying to leave no sooner than what I have to, beloveds. You better believe that, man. So, let's take it a step further, beloved. So let's elevate the conversation, man. So, like, bias isn't just like, it's just not like a wrongdoing or a mistake or my bad or an error. Like, it's a cost that's associated with that, beloveds. So think of like misdiagnosis or delayed treatment, or your insurance is like inflated, like it goes sky high. You know what I'm saying? Like those that algorithm bias, like that can shave off years of your life expectancy, beloveds, from increasing things like stress and depression, and just like financial stress, financial depression, like all of that matters, beloved. Like you deserve tech. We all deserve tech that extends, not restricts, our lifespan on Earth. And for me, I personally believe that that starts with data transparency. So knowing what's collected, how it's weighted, and how to use it for you to extend your life, beloveds. And that's why at everybody, I'm a part of this accelerator program with the app, right? And somebody said, will you be running ads, or will you be selling our data? I'm just like, I want to preface this by saying, like, I'm a black man. Like, I have no desire, our app has no desire to sell your info, your biometrics to any to any, ad network or any insurance companies, anything like that. So how you sleep, like your stress spikes, like how well you moving, exercising, like your dopamine surges, like, beloved, all of that remains encrypted on your device. So we don't take anything and give it to no laboratory to interpret anything like that. Like that's just not what we on, beloveds. So I just wanted to, get that message out there bright and clear. You dig? But yeah, man, pattern sovereignty. Like that means like owning like the rhythm beneath every decision, right? And so that's everything from, you know, your sleep, your stress, um, how well you're moving. Like you need to be the people need to be the sole source of their health, right? Instead of relying on a white coat to give you that, and you not understanding what's going on, you don't understand the jargon or the language that they're using. Like we need to take our health back into our hands, beloved. That's just the actual factual. That's the actual factual, man. So make sure y'all join that wait list. Everybodyos.app. Everybodyos.app, beloveds. We're launching soon. Make sure you get on that waiting list. But just think about it like this, beloveds. Like with sovereignty, with pattern sovereignty, or just sovereignty in general, like with ownership of your health, like you can adjust everything instead of reacting to the noise, right? So you can shift your eating window by an hour or 30 minutes or whatever. Like the app shows you how, your insulin curve, it flattens in real time. So you can make that change right there on the spot, beloveds. Like you can layer in 8 hours of sleep for 3 nights, and you can watch how your stress like starts to decline. You can watch how your circadian rhythm is getting back in homeostasis. Like all of these things are happening in real time on the app. And so think about this, like collectively, right? Like think about this, like you have thousands of people, practicing pattern sovereignty, right? Like and within that, like they're forming a data set free from racial bias or economic bias as well. So basically you're creating like a grassroots like biomap that can challenge policy, that can reshape research priorities, improve that proactive care can outperform reactive medicine, beloveds. So when you command that, like that's basically you taking ownership of your health and your future, so to speak. And this conversation right here, beloveds, this is important not just for you, but for your kids and your grandkids as well, especially for your grandkids, because at that point, we're talking about, 40, 50, 60 years from now, I mean, we have no clue on, what the world is going to look like. It could actually be looking like our robot. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to take heed to what's going on, beloveds, and not be spooked out, not be scared, but just act accordingly. Because AI will soon, decide who gets appointments, who gets medicine, who gets drugs, like insurance discounts, right? Like if it's training like this data, like think about this, like if it's training data, like if it ignores your pattern, like you are completely like wiped out from, future equation, right? So like this is almost like AI, what I believe is like, no, I ain't gonna get too deep, man. But listen, just know this is something that you need to take serious, beloved. Don't be scared of AI. Embrace it. Use it to your advantage so that they can't leave us out, beloved. So that we cannot be invisible. If you dig what I'm saying. I'm about to get out of here, man. I kind of been rapping to y'all, but I hope that y'all got the message. I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. Um, It's high level thinking, beloveds. We can't be scared of it. We gotta attack it and we gotta use it to our advantage. So make sure y'all join that wait list. Everybody OS dat app. Everybody OS dat app. It's in a link in the bio. If you haven't, go check out the page. Everybody OS dat app. It's been real, beloved.